Hello my friends, Katie here with East Wicks Paper and Ink, and today I'm here celebrating 7 Kids Crafts. Kelly over at 7 Kids Crafts has created a new stamp line, and this is one of the new stamp sets, Kitten Frills. She is hosting a giveaway to give away one of the stamp sets, which is called Kitten Gems. In order to be eligible for the giveaway, you must subscribe to my channel and leave a comment. And when you click on the hashtag in my description box below, which reads hashtag 7 Kids Crafts First Ever, that's going to take you to everybody else that's participating on the hop. So I want you to click that link and go check everybody else out. And when you watch each video, subscribe to their channel, leave a comment. That's going to enter you in for another chance to win that stamp set. The giveaway closes on May 2nd. So you have from today until May 2nd to enter the giveaway, and the winners will be announced on May 8th. So make sure you watch all the videos, subscribe to the channels, and leave a comment. I was quickly going through some of the products that I'm going to be using along with this stamp set and some of the inks. And here I'm just showing you some Daniel Smith watercolors from the tube that I just dry out in my palette that I'm going to use to do an underpainting. This is going to give me a little bit of a warm background so that I don't have to worry too much about a sky or anything like that for my scene. So what I'm going to do is a little bit of colored pencil, a little bit of watercolor, and that's going to create the scene. So I'm going to use the little spotted kitty. My inspiration came from one of my cats. I have 4 cats, and my one kitty, Mumbo, she is a Bengal, and she's orange and brown spotted leopard cat. I'll show a picture at the end. But I'm just taking, to do the underpainting, some quinacridone gold, quinacridone rose, and a little touch of cerulean blue. Did I use cerulean blue? It may have been ultramarine. I take that. It was ultramarine, not cerulean. And I wet my paper. I did a wash of water, clean water on my paper, and then just started dabbing in the color. Very light. It's just to give a subtle color to the background. Then I went, and I do have a mask there for my kitty, but I didn't need it. I had moved the tree over enough that it didn't need to be masked off. But I'm just using some fog ink. I had tested this out with some regular, like even the pine cone that I'd stamped the kitty in, and it needed to be a no line look. So for the kitty, I'm using my Polychromos. I had some video recording issues, so I apologize that it kind of just jumped right in. Fortunately, I caught it in time, but I just took the Polychromos number 109, and I'll list all the colors that I used below, but I used 109, 115, 186, and 188. That's what I used for the kitty. So the lightest was the 109, so I did a wash basically of that color first. That was the base layer. And then I just started going in and filling in. Now, I did speed this up 5 times because we'd be here forever. And I did keep all the coloring in because, like I said, I had some recording issues, and I didn't get the tree, the coloring of the tree and the ground. So I sped this up, and as we go through, I'll explain how I did the tree. But for the kitty, it's very simple. First, it's a very light hand. You want to be able to build up as many layers as you possibly can if you want to. So the key to that is a light hand. The color comes off so easily from these colored pencils that you don't need to press hard. You don't need, and the harder you press, the less color saturation you'll be able to get, because you're going to burnish that paper and it's not going to have anything to grab onto. Now this is hot press watercolor paper, so there is a little bit of tooth. It's perfect for colored pencils because there's just enough to be able to pull that color off without having to press really hard on the colored pencil. So all I do is I'm keeping the light kind of focused in the center of the face. I don't have any rhyme or reason to coloring. I don't, you know, I'm not a professional colorist. I do what looks good to me. And so that's the best advice I can give for using any type of coloring media. Do what looks best to you. Your eye will be able to tell you what looks good and what doesn't. And so I just keep adding the layers, and again, I basically will put a layer of each color down. So I've started with the 109, then I come in with the 115, which is a bit more orangey. Then I do the 186, which we get in, those are a little bit more browny orange. And then I go and I do it all over again. And I just keep layering those colors until I get the saturation that I want. I probably could have stopped here if I wanted to, but I wanted a little bit more, you know, darker, a little darker in color. So really that's, you know, it's up to you how much color saturation you want when it comes to coloring. But your eye will tell you what looks good and what you're looking for. Now for the tree, because it was no line watercoloring, it reached a point where it was very difficult to see some of the lines. So what I found was easiest was to take the colored pencils, the Albrecht Durer, their watercolor pencils, and use that, because I could create lines of color and then just take a wet paintbrush with clean water and drag it out. Now I had some ink spots. I don't even know where those came from, but I just used my mono sand eraser to clean those up. And I'm just going back into that cat and adding in additional color. So for when you see the tree, you'll see that it's just light color. So I just literally took all the pencils. I used 182, 179, 283, and 280. Those are the browns, and that's what I used on the tree. For the tree trunk and branches, and I just took a pencil, or I'm sorry, a paintbrush, a number 2 I think it was, and pulled that color out. Now for the leaves I used one color, and that was 167. That's the permanent green olive. And then for the flowers I used Pink Madder Lake, which is number 129, and I used also light magenta, which is number 119. Because the flowers and the leaves are small, you can get away with using only 1 or 2 colors at most. In fact, I could have just gotten away with the 1 pink, which would have been the 129, because it was the light magenta was negligible. But so you can see it's just very subtle on the tree with the browns and the colors. I did take some quinacridone rose and splattered a little bit on there just to kind of fill in some of those spots up towards that top that's right above that smile. And the stamp set that I use for the sentiment is from Honeybee Stamp Smile. I needed something big to take up that space. And then of course on the inside I use the same stamp set that says it's going to be okay. And I thought that was a cute little thing. You know, with all that's going on in the world, it's nice to have something that, you know, lets everybody know that this too shall pass. So for the inside panel there, I used ivory white layering paper from Gina K, and the wood grain piece is from Home Again, the Home Again's paper pack from Cartabella. And then the card base is from Simon Says Stamp. I want to say it's dark chocolate. It's their brown, dark brown cardstock. And it just went perfect with that pine cone ink from VersaFine Clear. And that's going to finish up the card for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment so you can be entered into the giveaway. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. And click that link in the description box below, hashtag 7kidscraftsfirstever. Subscribe to those channels that are hosting the videos, and leave a comment. That way you'll have more chances to win that Kitten Gem stamp set. You have until May 2nd, and the winners will be announced on May 8th. So thanks again for joining me today. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next video.